The ITU would make its trip back to Huatulco, Mexico for the 10th time, and the beautiful oceanside vacation and racing city, home to the 7th stop on the 2018 World Cup circuit, and one of the most established women to ever race in ITU. Frantova from the Czech Republic would wear number 1 on the day. Wearing number 9 would be Chelsea Sodaro, one of the more inexperienced athletes, having just got started on the circuit just over a year ago. Picking a very early morning start to try to take advantage of slightly cooler conditions, and when I say slightly cooler, still very warm, as the women dove into the water for a 750-meter swim. Well over 25-degree water temperatures early on, so the women would have no reprieve from the heat of the day, even in the swim, and they would stay relatively close together, but 2 of the Portuguese athletes would be in the top 6 as they came out of the water. Alina Savello from Portugal would be one of the first to exit the water, and on her feet would be Sophie Chase from the United States, and surprisingly, Frantova from the Czech Republic would be top 4 out of the water, better known for her running abilities, but on this day she would have a great swim as well. A 300-meter run out of the water to the transition zone, and as the women got onto the blue carpet, it was very clear that a small group of 5 or 6 would have a chance to make a breakaway. Lisa Perder from Austria would have one of the day's fastest transitions, as she was able to get out onto the bike in a small group of 5 or 6. And with a flat early section of the course, eventually 12 or 13 women would come together, including Santos from Portugal. That group would start to swell, though, as they went into the later stages of the 4-lap, 20-kilometer bike course. Huatulco has been raced over the years at both the Olympic distance and the shorter distance, but the hot conditions sometimes may be a little bit more advantageous to go at the sprint format. As the women came towards the end of the stages, all the big runners were in that group, including Lisa Perder, and one of the big eyes would be on Lynch from New Zealand, who was having a phenomenal day, hoping to maybe have her breakthrough race here in Huatulco, Mexico. But all money would likely be on Frantova, as she likely had one of the fastest running careers of all of the women in the field. But this would not be her day, as the heat would eventually take over the experienced Olympian from the Czech Republic. On to the 2-lap, 5-kilometer run course. Question marks on to the heat and how much fatigue would be into the legs of the women. Chelsea Sodaro, as we said, just over 15 months ago, had got started on the circuit, would go towards the front end along with a very inexperienced Lynch from New Zealand, and be side by side with the much more experienced Lisa Perder and Frantova from the Czech Republic. But as the day started to heat up, eventually Frantova would fall out of the field, in fact not finish the day. Neres from Brazil has been a bronze medalist at her national championship, and usually running from the back because she doesn't make the lead pack, but on this day she'd be running for a possible podium. Late into the 5-kilometer run, a very smart Chelsea Sodaro would continue to take on fluid, make sure that she kept her core temperature down as much as possible, and like she had seen so many times in the past, Sodaro would see another American victory. This time it would be her own, the first time ever for a World Cup win for the women from the United States, and a great sprint finish for Lynch from New Zealand over Neres from Brazil, all 3 women on the podium for the first time in their career.
You know, my family was on board when I decided that I wanted to make a career change and start triathlon at the age of 28. So I have some incredible people in my corner, and this one is for them today. I hope it's just the start.
Just right from the start, like I saw Vendula and Chelsea go off at the start, and I was like, crap, like they're good runners, so I'll go with them and see how long I can stick with them, and then I was still there like a lap later and in the lead, and it was just, I didn't know what to do really.
I normally get a run in the back, so I was like, yes I can, yes I can, yes I can, and then one and one and one, and this get you more power for go to the front, and it was amazing. And I tried the 2nd place too, but no, that's awesome for me, and I'm so happy.